well. So Stanley, welcome. I hope you're okay
Hi.
with being a little bit behind schedule here. I'm going to set the
No
timer
problem.
and I'll give you a little heads up when there's about like 5 minutes left or so. So you and I are also strangers to each other, but you were kind enough to do an Instagram live with me a couple of weeks ago. And so I'm going to let you explain a little bit about who you are, where you're at, what you do, and how you might want to run the format of this, because I think you also wanted to do a little bit of an open forum and interactive discussion.
Right, yes, absolutely. So first of all, thank you so much for organizing all this, of course. I've been following a little bit earlier this morning. I found out there was a lot of great panelists, a lot of great information. Love the morning run, actually the with Amber,
Yeah.
running a quick workout, getting everybody going. So that was really, really great. So yeah, so for those who don't know me, I'm Stanley. I'm originally from Haiti, but I live in Boston right now, in Massachusetts. I work in the healthcare industry and for the past 3 years now, but I also work as a health, wellness, and fitness coach. And I kind of, well, what I do pretty much, I help people kind of understand like their level of fitness and how it kind of relates to their emotional state of mind. And one of the things that I actually like, Amelia mentioned how everything is kind of related to your emotions, especially when it comes to your health, your wellness. So what I do pretty much is I help them like people who are struggling to lose weight or looking to build muscles or in the health, trying to have a better lifestyle pretty much. So I help them achieve that goal. So, so yeah, so for today, what I planned on doing was talk a little bit about mindfulness, fitness, and how those two kind of play a big role into like our day-to-day life and how we respond to our task, our goals, and everything. And Dina, I do have a PowerPoint slide I wanted to share if you could help me with that. Actually, let me just share my screen.
I think I have you as a co-host already, so you're good to share if you can.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Awesome. All right. So yeah, so like I was saying, so mindfulness is pretty much like the focus of my coaching skill where I help people in the fitness area, their health and their wellness. And before I go into it though, there's a few things I kind of do want to mention because especially when it comes to fitness, it's kind of like breaking like a bad stigma where I think Amelia mentioned it too. Whenever people think about fitness, like it's usually about the person who's the most fit or the healthiest. But the truth of the matter is, with the practice of mindfulness, it's not just about like the aesthetically pleasing outlook of like your body and all that stuff, but essentially that's definitely like a good reward that you get out of it, like from working out, from putting in the effort and investing in your fitness lifestyle. But the most important thing that you do gain out of it is a stronger mindset. Because just like your body, like any muscles of your body, your brain is just as much of a muscle. And the more you practice it, the more you try to stay fit, try to stay healthy, you actually enhance the quality of your lifestyle because you're not only just getting that aesthetically pleasing body that you're aiming towards, but you're also building a stronger mindset. And the health part is also, like I know Amelia mentioned as well, the food, what you're eating, your relationship with food. And I couldn't agree more with you. Like a lot of times people then tend to maybe like overthink what they're eating or not really realizing what to go, what options to go with. And it's all about really understanding like what is going on into your body, what does your body need, what do you need to fuel yourself in order to keep going. So if you think about it as a car, like every 3 months or so you need a new oil change, so you're concerned about the quality of oil you put, the gas and everything. So your body is essentially your own vehicle, so what you put in your body will dictate how far you can go, whether it's if you're trying to be in the fitness industry or if you just want to just be healthy pretty much. The wellness part is also a very big point that kind of encompass all three aspects where it's the self-care and action that you take to maintain that healthy lifestyle. because if you're not taking really well care of yourself, how are you able to maintain that healthy lifestyle and that fitness lifestyle that you're looking for? So through mindfulness, the practice of meditation, I think it's a really great asset to have, where you're able to understand exactly what your body needs, exactly what you're looking to get out of it, what you don't want, what you do want, and how to achieve those goals. So that's pretty much like the focus of my coaching skills, and how I'm able to help people and kind of change their lifestyle as well. I work with a lot of people from across countries, across the world. I remember one of my favorite clients, actually. I think he was my first client. He's from Germany, and I love to brag about him just because just seeing his progress and transformation from day one with the practice of mindfulness, and just being aware of like what you're doing, and how each specific thought, action, and what you do really has a big impact on your life as a whole. So let's dive in real quick. I'm just going to put this on a slideshow. There we go. All right, can you guys all see this, by the way? Perfect, awesome. So before we begin, I just want to make sure like you guys get the most out of this whole presentation. So I'm going to talk a little bit about like mindfulness, what it is about exactly, and the difference of being mindful versus mindful, and also like kind of the difference where what happens when your body kind of gets disconnected with your mind, and you kind of have that like fight or flight action moment to figure out what you need to do. And the last part, we're probably going to do a quick mindfulness meditation exercise that you guys can do anytime. So I'm happy to share that with you guys. So real quick, I'm not sure if anybody would want to volunteer to maybe answer those questions, or maybe Dina, if you don't mind interacting a little bit.
I do not
Just
mind
want to know.
interacting ever.
Good, good. I appreciate
but I want
that.
other people to speak up, because I know we have some people
Absolutely,
who are
yes,
interested.
please. So I think we have Brianna who raised her hand. Am I able to unmute her, or could you do that on
Yeah,
their end?
they can do it themselves. They have the ability
Perfect.
to do it themselves.
Awesome,
Yeah.
Brianna. So tell me, what brings you here today, Brianna?
Oh, am I hearing?
Oh, Brittany. I'm so sorry.
Brittany.
I was
Yeah, go ahead,
misreading that. Brittany.
I was like,
My apologies.
no, you're fine. Hi. So
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm actually a part of the retreat today, so I'm really excited to be here.
Good to have you here.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. That's what brings me here. I think this is a beautiful, wonderful idea that Dina had. It's been just listening in for a little bit that I have been. It's been a really, really, really great time. A lot of great information, a lot of beautiful spirits and souls here today. So the next question is, what is your experience with meditation and mindfulness?
Yes.
Okay, I've been meditating probably 15 years.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I love it. It's probably one of the best things that ever happened to me. It's been a very big role in my self-love journey, my personal life, my professional life. I try to be mindful as often as possible. And I try to meditate. I use meditation for manifesting things. I use meditation for visualizing. I meditate pretty often, and it's been a very beautiful experience. I think that when you carry mindfulness with yourself, you experience life in a completely new way than you would have before.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And meditation, I know you mentioned you've been doing it for the 15 years, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And do you want to share maybe if out of like, because of meditation, which is really great, I really applaud you for doing that. What are like the main things that you feel that you've gotten out of practicing meditation for the past couple of years?
Sure. Meditation, for one, my favorite thing I like to brag about, I guess, is it really helped me through grief. So I went through a spout of like 4 years of losing about 20 loved ones. And I was caught in, 20 different grief cycles at one time. And it was really hard for me to focus at work and, just kind of find that extra willpower to move on. And so mindfulness and meditation, like meditation especially, like bringing malas along with me and just taking 10 minutes and just kind of meditating with my malas during work, or just stepping outside in the car or in the bathroom, just to kind of get my mind together, really helped me out a lot. It really helped me to ground myself again and realize that I'm not as alone as I thought I was in grief.
Absolutely. I love it. Definitely. And meditation is such an amazing tool that, like you mentioned, you can do it at any time, 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't take much, but is extremely helpful to help you deal with past traumas, any situation that you may go through, and really just center yourself and help you move forward. So thanks again for sharing, Brittany. I appreciate that.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, so let's move on to mindfulness. Just the basic definition of mindfulness, like Brittany mentioned. So it's basically the basic ability to be fully present in the moment, aware of your circumstance, environment, what we're doing, and not letting external things affect our momentum. So essentially, we all, as humans, like we have that basic quality that we're able to reflect on ourselves or just take a moment, because on a day-to-day basis, we have those moments where you can hear your voice telling yourself not to do this or do this instead of that. So this is like part of your basic ability to be mindful of the present moment. And it's so important to have that skill and to hone it because there are so many things that happen, like in your environment. And the fact that you guys are all here right now today on this live retreat, that's proof that that's the basic ability of being mindful, because you guys are seeking to be able to learn something new that's gonna be a useful skills in your day-to-day life. So like I was saying, most of us we do spend a lot of time having silent conversations with ourselves, remembering to accomplish a task, trying to get a to-do list done while eating, working, or brushing your teeth. So literally, as you wake up, like the first thing that goes through your mind, like your mind just starts going. And once you start practicing, the more you practice meditation and the more you're aware of like your thought process, what's going on, you would be able to control the energy flow that you output when you're going to work or when you're socializing or meeting other people. So mindfulness, in a sense, it's pretty much you listening to yourself. And the important thing that I value as well is the second part is mostly the fitness and how to really use mindfulness in your day-to-day life and in your fitness environment. So just like fitness is to the body, mindfulness is to the mind and the soul. And like I had mentioned earlier, like fitness, when you prioritize your health, when you go work out, when you go for a run, or you you're just at home working out, pretty much you're exercising your muscles, but more importantly, it's all in your brain because it's just as much as a muscle. So creating that mindset, a stronger mindset, is really the essence of fitness. And the outlook, the result that you get really is more of the outlook of your appearance and the aesthetically pleasing what you see, pretty much. And the next up, let's talk a little bit about mindful versus mindful. So if you guys, maybe if I can get a couple volunteer, whoever wants to go, what does it mean to you when you feel like your mind is full? Like, where is some word association that comes to mind?
Drunken monkey.
See that again? I'm sorry, I can hear that.
Drunken monkey.
Drunken monkey. Yes, that is true.
Chaos, chaotic.
Chaos.
Chaos.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yep. Unfocused, fuzzy.
Hmm. Absolutely. No, I agree. Those are really good. So whenever your mind is full, it's kind of having like that bucket that's been sitting in the corner of your room, and it's overflowed and you feel overwhelmed, unproductive, unhealthy, you don't feel good. And sometimes it will lead to depression or stress, anxiety, fear. And you start maybe not like losing those good habits that you originally started to build. You feel a little bit more lazy, and there's so much more that's associated with it. Once you kind of let yourself go and you forget to throw away all that bucket, because every week we have to throw the trash out. So it's really important to make sure that your mind is not overflowing and always taking your time. And I think some of the panelists have I heard them mention how it's really important to really take that moment of reflection where you're not really overwhelming yourself with uh, a lot of a lot of things, a lot of to-do lists and all that stuff. So having a mindful is pretty much like checking off tasks on your to-do list and repeating the cycle until everything is checked off or you feel that you made some progress. And essentially, one of the things that I realized with clients I work with is there's nothing wrong with really having a to-do list or having things that you want to check off. But what essentially happens, the problem is when you have too many things on your list, like let's say you have 20 tasks that you're looking to just brush off and take care of. And if you don't do them, you kind of go into that mindset where like, oh my gosh, I didn't do it, and you want to leave it for the next day and the next day, and it kind of piles on. So what tends to happen is you're not essentially making a good progress. You are making a progress. Like, yes, you're getting things checked off your list, but you're only repeating a cycle and not really adding some sort of value or purpose to what's really important to you. You're just getting things done and living day by day. Versus being mindful, some of the word associations are we have peaceful, you become more goal oriented, specific, focused, healthy, productive. You have a sense of a clear mind, meaning like you know exactly what needs to be done for the day, and you're not just doing things just to do things. And you have a better sense of purpose, you're more disciplined and more organized. So essentially being mindful, it kind of lets you enjoy one moment or one action at a time while giving it value and purpose. So again, kind of going back to that list that I had mentioned, for example, my day-to-day routine, typically I would say, and it kind of changes depending on what project I'm working on. It could start with fitness, where I want to make sure I get my run in the morning, I eat well, I make my to-do list for the day, and I act on them as well. But what's really important about like having that to-do list is being mindful of what's really important and what will bring you that sense of accomplishment or fulfillment by the end of the day. And it's more important for me to at least have up to five, but essentially I would recommend having three things on your to-do list that you're able to successfully complete, like at least for the first week. And if you're able to do that, then you can add maybe a little bit more or an extra task to do. But what's really important is just being mindful of like enjoying what you do, enjoying the task that you're assigning to yourself, and making sure that it's done in a way that you'll feel satisfied instead of just making or trying to do everything at once. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I know there are a few comments popping on the chat. I don't think I can open them, Dina, but I'm gonna keep going. But feel free to raise your hand or unmute yourself.
I'm not sure if anybody's directly messaging you. I sent through a couple of things just as an FYI, like the link to the event schedule, just
Gotcha.
in case anybody wanted to tag you on things. And I don't see anything else because I think we both get the co-host chat.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I think
Okay.
so far so good. Yeah.
Perfect.
And
Awesome.
yeah, and I was going to say, if you want, I can give you a 5-minute warning, which is about now-ish?
Yes, please. That'll be great. Thank
Okay.
you. All right, I'm just gonna add a few more people jumping in. Great.
I'll take care of that for you. I'll take care of it. I'll do the
Perfect. Thank you.
logistics. You're good.
Thank you. All right, guys. So let's move on then. Perfect. Okay. So mindfulness meditation. So again, like Brittany mentioned, practicing meditation has so many great health benefits, and especially if you routinely practice it. I really encourage you guys to look or talk to Brittany so she can maybe share with you guys her meditation tips, how she does it. But meditation can improve your sense of awareness, focus, self-control, and put you at peace, especially when it comes to your emotions, if you feel like you're all over the place. And it helps you calm your mind as well, and to be able to like take better decisions during the day. And the best thing about like meditation, it can be practiced anywhere, anytime, and at your own pace, pretty much. One of the misconceptions that I think personally about meditation is people think that usually you have to kind of sit down, legs crossed, arm crossed, and kind of do that sound. But essentially, for meditation, there's so many various ways that you can practice that. It doesn't necessarily have to be like in that position that you guys are well aware, kind of know from movies or watching. It can literally just be like a 2-minute reflection where you have that music playing in the background, or you just kind of go somewhere quiet, and it's kind of like your safe zone area, and you're able to just focus and meditate and give your attention back to yourself and focus on what you're really looking towards. So meditation, again, you guys can practice it anywhere, anytime, and it has great health benefits on that. So I highly recommend it. So like I was mentioning, so some of the other benefits for meditation, you have faster mental processing. So just you being able to focus better, becoming more open-minded, and it kind of enhance your creative sense. You're able to have a better sense of self-awareness, emotional control, body image, dealing with stress, fear, anxiety. And if you practice routinely, like Brittany, like you will see some really great attributes to it from it. All right, so jumping into like how meditation kind of helps with the whole fitness. I call it like mindfulness of the body. So the best way to explain it, I thought of like any experiences that you go or you face, whether it's good or bad, it definitely has a tremendous impact on your personal life, your character, the way you socialize and perform in various tasks. So, for example, if you have good experience, a reaction to it is you feel great, you feel happy, it gets you going. Versus having a bad experience, your body kind of shuts down and you tend to distance yourself, and you kind of like go back in your little cocoon in a sense. And as those experiences affect the way you think, your body pretty much also responds. So, like I was mentioning earlier with the whole fight or flight moment, it's very noticeable, at least. And I'm sure you guys probably experience it on a day-to-day basis when you get startled or something kind of scares you in a sense and you weren't expecting it. So first, your mind will react one way versus your body acting a different way. So a quick example I can think of is, let's say you're walking, it's late at night, and you're walking home trying to get in, and you hear a big dark dog bark behind you. Your first reaction is to maybe jump, or you don't think about, oh, let me just walk faster. The initial reaction is usually like, oh my gosh, like I just heard a noise, I got startled, maybe I should just keep walking. So it's kind of always interesting to think about how our body and our thoughts kind of have like two different types of reaction. But if you're able to like meditate and being aware of, or try, they're never going to really essentially going to be in sync, but if you're able to with meditation control that, you'll have a better reaction when things happen pretty much. So some of the signs that you guys can notice when your mind kind of gets disconnected from your body and you tend to roll into that toxic habit, where you start obsessively thinking about things and you're daydreaming, and you have like changing in your behavior, like your day-to-day habits, like you stop, for example, working out, or you stop eating healthy, and you stay up late, your body gets tired and everything. You feel distracted. You're not able to focus, whether it's at work, school, or any task that you're assigned to. Rushing, running late. Um, that goes hand in hand with like your change of behavior, where like you tend to go to sleep late. So in response, you wake up late, you wake up tired, and your body's tired, and your mind is trying to tell you, go back to sleep. Why are we rushing? And the like when your day kind of unfolds, you kind of encounter things that you could have probably handled differently, if you were able to, through with meditation and mindfulness, uh, make sure that your mind and your body are kind of in sync. And another thing is a self-judgment, self-doubt. What tends to happen is, like, as your body deteriorates, in the sense of like, okay, you're not taking care of your what you're supposed to do, your good habits anymore. Um, your mind is aware that, okay, you should be doing that, but you're not doing it anymore, and you start doubting yourself, you start judging yourself, you're not liking what you see. So those are kind of like signs what that happens when your mind and your body are no longer in sync, and one thinks one way and your body acts a different way. So again, like some of the consequences, we have fatigue, taking longer for you to complete a task or maintain your energy, feeling cut off from the world, from being in control of outcomes, bodily signals, stress eating, and chronic pain over time. All right. So the triple A, pretty much, I call it. That's one of the strategies that I use with a lot of my clients, and I find it really effective. And I think you guys can definitely take advantage of that as well on a day-to-day basis. I call it the triple A. Again, going back to maybe like the car metaphor, like your body being a car or your mind being a car. The triple A stands for awareness, acknowledgement, and action. With the practice of mindfulness, when you kind of get to that point where you're able to realize, okay, something has to change. And I know Dina and I, like doing one of our Instagram live video, we talked about like that whole taking 5 seconds to breathe and being able to be aware of your surroundings, like being aware of like what is the issue here. Like you need to pinpoint and be able to realize, okay, there is an issue, and you bring up that awareness. Now what are you going to do about it? Like acknowledgement is understanding, like, okay, this is here. Let's have a plan or make a plan of action to be able to bring us back to that level of comfort, happiness, or success that we're looking for. And the final step is just like acting upon it. So you can be aware and have the knowledge and the plan to get you out of the gut hole, but if you don't act on it, you'll never get out of it. So essentially, the triple A, not just for your car, but you can also use it for yourself, like as your body, as your vehicle, to help you move forward and get you unstuck. So a few tips on how to adopt healthy actions in our day-to-day practice with mindfulness. So we have acceptance, like knowing that you do have something that you want to work towards and you want have something that you want to fix or improve upon. Non-judging. So again, the thoughts that you have going through your mind, the first thing that happens when you wake up, like you go brush your teeth, you look in yourself in the mirror, and whatever you're telling yourself has a major impact on how your day goes. So making sure like whatever you're telling yourself, you're not judging yourself in a negative way. Letting go is more of letting go of all the baggages, all the cans that you've been piling up in your mind, like that was yesterday, today's a new day. Now it's time to move forward and let go of all the baggages that's been holding you back, so that you can act upon what you're working towards. Trust is always trusting yourself, and that's a very important key aspect following letting go, because nobody is gonna be able to tell you exactly how to go about doing something if you don't trust yourself enough to act first. And having that evolving mindset is always striving for better and striving to get better, get to that level, get out of that level of comfort, so that you can move forward and excel. Perfect. All right. So if you guys, before we start this exercise, I was just wondering if anybody had any questions or comments so far. Feel free to unmute yourself. But do want to run this quick mindfulness practice with you guys, and hopefully that will help you guys as well going forward, and you can also use it at any time. All right, perfect.
Yeah, no questions. We're good. This is actually fantastic. I'm sorry to interrupt, because we started the day with a mindfulness meditation, and now we're kind of easing into the second half. So this is nice, Stanley. Thank you.
Great. I'm glad to hear that. Perfect. All right. So if everybody can right now just listen to me right now, you don't have to look at your screen, but just need you guys to close your eyes for now, for a minute. And for now, I want you to take your non-dominant hand, and I want you to put it on your chest, and just take a slow, deep breath while counting to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release, counting backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna do that one more time. So deep breath in while counting to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release, counting backwards to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you want to keep breathing for me with that same counting, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, counting backwards down. So as you're breathing, I want you guys to pay attention to your mindful state. You're feeling comfortable in your skin, your body, your environment, and you're just kind of letting go of all the worries as you exhale. So as you inhale, counting to 5, just pay attention to your mindful state. Like, how are you feeling right now? Like being comfortable in your own skin, your own body, and exhaling, letting go of all the worries. Now I want you guys to acknowledge just the fact that you are here in this present moment. And as you're breathing, I want you to think about this day. Think of one word in your mind that resonates with you and how you see yourself. Whether it's being grateful, happy, amazing, beautiful, or strong. So just think about that one word. Okay, take one last deep breath, counting to 5. And just release. All right, perfect. Now you guys can open your eyes. And hopefully that will help. And I appreciate you guys for joining me today. And I just want to leave you guys with a few tips about mindfulness. Again, just to reiterate, mindfulness is to the soul, whereas fitness is to the body. And the AAA, acknowledgement, assess, acknowledge, and act. and it takes 21 days to build a habit and 90 days to create a lifestyle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little presentation. And if you guys have any questions, please, table's open now, I guess.
Thank you, Stanley. I'm actually gonna share my screen on here just so they can have your contact information again. Bear with me one sec. There you go.
Sure.
So if anybody has any follow-up questions, we can take while we're getting ready to switch gears, because we have Brittany lined up for next. So thank you for everybody. I was sending messages through the chat that we're running a little bit behind schedule. So if you are a presenter right now and you're okay shifting about 10 to 15 minutes, I think at this point, if not, let me know and we'll try to condense something or stick you in a breakout room. Maybe that might be the next option, but hopefully everybody's okay with moving back a bit. Stanley, this was lovely. Thank you so much. I think, like I said, it was nice to kind of center ourselves at the end of this.
I'm glad to hear that. Thanks
a
for
lot of
having
us
me.
have been here on and off. A lot of us have been here since the last like 6 hours. So this was nice. I actually want to get up and do a little stretch because my butt is falling asleep.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Anybody else have anything to chime in? Was that helpful for you? This was good. Juanita, thumbs up.
Yes,
You're
I love the triple A's.
Kalima, we're gonna do our yes.
Triple A's.
The triple
yes,
A's.
triple A's.
We're gonna do our yes and sign. I loved it. Thank you, Stanley. So next